Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is November 15th, 2017, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, we've got a bunch of numbers coming out starting at 12:30 South African time. GBP earnings index will be coming out. And then at 4 o'clock South African time, we have Deputy Mayor Broadbent will be speaking. He's going to be speaking about the impact of the EU withdrawal on the UK interest rates at the London School of Economics. So that's relatively a major event. So that should be kind of interesting how that affects the GBP. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. And then at 4:30 South African time, monthly CPI numbers, which are inflationary numbers, and retail sales, okay, which is a good indication to consumer confidence in the US as we getting into the latter part of November, which is Thanksgiving holiday in the US, which is a major consumption weekend, Black Friday, so on and so forth, or Cyber Monday that comes afterwards, which is a very major retail event for the United States. So that's something we got to keep an eye on. And then at 6:30 South African time, weekly oil crude inventory numbers coming out. But let's see what's been happening in the markets. So we're looking here at the Euro USD climbing to 17.92 yesterday, finally breaking, well, not finally breaking, but breaking the 60.91 level, 100 pips above it. So that was a major news event yesterday that came out. And as you could see, just climbing right above it and not really taking any turn or not taking any retracements as it was climbing this climb. Now, looking at where we are right now, okay, our next real resistance level is 1820, so we're only about 20 pips away from that about. So keep an eye on that as we continue trading this today. It might correct itself a little bit, but you got to keep an eye on it on the upside as well. So if you were lucky enough to catch it, it was quite a quick move. Good for you, but it was very difficult. And the reason why it's been very difficult, if you look at the GBP USD just rallying right now, but earlier it didn't do that much. Okay, it didn't really carry that much further, and then it corrected itself right afterwards. Now we're bouncing a little bit here in this morning trade, but really nothing to really write home. I mean, look at that. On a daily chart, it doesn't even really show, and just seems like it's getting weaker here as it's consolidating this area at 131.57-ish levels. So this should be kind of interesting, especially with this Deputy Mayor Broadbent speaking later today. Something to keep an eye on. Maybe we'll see some sort of life in the GBP because it looks like it's flatlining. And considering the economy there is sluggish, and considering that the Brexit is still somewhat being influenced by it. So got to keep a sharp eye on that to see how that unfolds. Looking at the Aussie USD faltering here below 0.76. Okay, that's a major retracement for the Aussie USD, and it just felt falling out of bed here, as you can see on the daily chart, and just no strength. We hit resistance at 78, and then we consolidated for quite a long time, and then finally broke it at this level right here at 76.20-ish level, and this was your go-to to really short it and make this little move. Okay, at this level, I would cover, if you are short, I would cover some of my shorts right here, booking some of my profits as this thing unfolds itself. Looking at gold popped up today. Okay, we'll look at the indices just a moment, and this is what we said earlier this week. If you're able to catch the bottom of the moves, it's range bound trading. And this was a nice indication to pull out $10, with one lot would have been a nice income for you for just a couple of days of trading. Okay, and this was one indication of that where it was almost a layup. Okay, it's been trading within this range for a long time. Almost no pain in this. Okay, just trading these levels at picking up at 1270 and selling it at 1280. Now we're in the middle of the range right here, so I wouldn't buy it necessarily. Okay, and I wouldn't short it either because it's not really at the top of the range. Okay, but if it does continue going up higher with the market selling off, it may continue going up to 1293. Let's see. Okay, but we got to keep a sharp eye on this to see how this falters. Now looking at oil, we have a weekly inventory number coming out later today, and oil kind of just fell out of bed. Okay, big rally we had to $57. We did have multiple resistance level here, okay, where we broke it, and now we're just testing the support level, which was previous resistance. Okay, right here was resistance, and we broke above it. We're testing it right now. So the question is it going to hold this $55 range? or is it going to break below it and then we're going to somehow fall into a new trading range between maybe $58 and $51? So keep an eye on this later today, see how the crude numbers actually fall out and with the impact of it on the markets. I'm looking at the Dow Jones. We've been getting weaker, okay? 23,312, we're down about 50 to 60 handles right now on pre-market trading. But as you can see, we're just, we're falling and making this line. We're not really breaking out higher, which kind of gives me the feeling that we're going to go lower. Now, it could really happen that we go down to 23,277. I don't know that we'll go further than that before Thanksgiving, but keep an eye on this because it looks like it really wants to, let go right here. No major news events that I know of are coming up that's going to affect it, intermittently for the next couple of days. But, as a holiday that comes up, that's usually a bullish area. Okay, so keep an eye on this as this unfolds later today. JSC also faltering. We finally broke this neckline that we started developing right here, and that was a nice indication to go short. We're actually gapping down right here, as you can see in pre-market trading. But this is another indication that we may correct ourselves right before the Thanksgiving weekend. So keep an eye on this. Looking at the 4-hour chart. Okay, I mean it's really getting much weaker, and you're getting all the signals on multi time frames that it's getting weaker, and it is correcting itself. Looking at the DAX as well, we finally faltered to 13,000. We haven't fell below it. Okay, now this is going to be very important to keep an eye out to see if we do fall below this 13,000. Psychologically, that's a very big number, especially since we went up to 13,500 and just retracing after that. So keep an eye on this to see maybe this will develop into a head and shoulders kind of move. This is one shoulder, this is the head, and anticipated next shoulder, maybe a 13,100-ish level. Okay, so keep an eye on this as this unfolds as well. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.